explore that strategy has certainly been the lack of control. That's because, we have people who've been landlords their entire life or for a significant portion of their working career. And then when it gets to the point where they're ready to hand that off, they start to get cold feet about giving the reins over to somebody else.
Now let's touch on the Delaware real fast, right? So with the Delaware, Thomas, I found that, and we do Delaware statutory trust for clients. We love it for mortgage over basis, right? Because debt over basis is not deferrable with installment sales. But for the mortgage over basis challenge, you can do these zero coupon deals where you essentially can get no debt in your name. It's non-recourse. It's a passive deal, so you have no mortgage trash liability. But you have no control, no liquidity, no diversification. And these fees are huge. I got my series 22 and 63 at one point. Now we refer out our Delawares to the strategic alliance that we work with. But I mean, we get paid these big fees, but these deals are tied up for 7 to 10 years. A lot of times they're beautiful properties, but they're also not value add. It's like the whole Bigger Pockets community is like, how do you buy something, add value, and do forced equity appreciation? But these Delawares are turnkey deals with these amazing operators, but the returns aren't fantastic, and you have no control, no liquidity, no diversification. So I also call that the blockbuster Delaware 1031 is what I call it. But what are your thoughts on that? I mean, does any of that resonate, or what are some of the challenges you see with the Delaware?
Yeah, the Delaware is certainly a lot of people who we've seen explore that challenge, explore that strategy has certainly been the lack of control. That's because we have people who've been landlords their entire life or for a significant portion of their working career, and then when it gets to the point where they're ready to hand that off, they start to get cold feet about giving the reins over to somebody else. So that's been probably the biggest drawback for most people, and also perhaps the lack of options. In a sense, Delaware statutory trusts tend to have like Class A retail type of properties. There's other like office and things like that, but it's the lack of options and the lack of control is typically what we see the most objections around when it comes to using the DST as the Delaware statutory trust, to be specific, as an exit strategy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And if people want to learn how to eliminate the need for the 1031 exchange forever and the Delaware statutory trust, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about the deferred sales trust because I've seen the transformation it can do for clients, and especially for you, the real estate entrepreneur who's looking for options beyond the lack of control, lack of diversification, lack of liquidity. And the worst one, we think, Thomas, is the lack of timing. If you don't have time on your side to make investments when they make sense, then your investment plan is flawed, we believe, right? We believe if you have to stay in debt, especially debt that's been adjusting recently to overpay for properties in the 1031, your investment thesis and strategy is flawed. What you want to be able to do is to invest when it makes sense, and the Deferred Sales Trust can offer that. So go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com, and if anyone also wants to learn about that, you can check out the book, Building a Capital Gains Tax Exit Plan.